Hi guys, so this is ASMR video. I'm trying to work on this video. This is my first time ever doing an ASMR video. I am kind of nervous, I'm not going to lie. This ASMR video is going to be about how I became a metalhead and my journey on discovering new bands that I love, stuff a metalhead likes to talk about. So I've been a metalhead for over a decade. I've been a metalhead since a little bit like late 2009. But I really got into metal in 2010. So a little bit over a decade. And I am going to talk about a few bands that I really love. Okay, so I'm going to tell you my story first. So, I got into metal one day. I was doing homework at home, and I needed to use the computer. My mom has a computer. She had a computer. This was a long time ago. She had a computer, and she had like a router, those internet routers. And she left me home one day so that I could do my homework, and she was out. So I used the internet, and I was young, so of course I didn't want to do my homework, or at least I didn't want to do my homework right away. I wanted to use YouTube and get online. So what I did was I was also I was shy and reserved, and I was kind of antisocial, and I was becoming a little bit I was becoming a wreck with my life, and I felt like my life was going down a spiral, I was mentally losing my mind. So that's when I discovered metal one day. I just typed in, I can't remember what I typed in. I think it was just, oh yeah, I remember. I just typed in rock music. And, the first results that I got were Paramore, Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, those emo bands, Evanescence, like Goth rock would be Bauhaus, Christian Death, and Sisters of Mercy. Those bands are goth rock. Gothic metal and gothic rock are two different things. And, Evanescence, Linkin Park, those bands that kind of get you in, but I listened to those bands before when I was growing up, but I never dove into rock and metal when I was younger. I've listened to Linkin Park and Evanescence growing up, but I never actually dove into the music. This time, I dove into the music on my own. Nobody recommended it. I found rock and metal music on my own, sitting at a computer, and I was sitting at a computer, and I said, let me type in metal music and rock music, and the first band that pulled up for me was Five Finger Death Punch, and this was in 2010. it pulled a Five Finger Death Punch, and and when it did that, the first song I seen from that band was "The Way of the Fist" or "Way of the Fist," and I listened to it. I had a misconception about metal growing up, just like a lot of people. They think it's just screaming, and it's just really heavy or something, and you don't know what they're saying. And I was wrong. When I first listened to metal, my whole misconception and my mind changed, and I realized metal wasn't just about heavy sounds and screaming. There was more to metal than the screaming and the heavy sounds. I realized that, yes, there are bands that are heavy, there are bands that do scream, and I love those bands. I'm really into it. I love the screaming. The screaming is just another instrument, just like the guitar, piano, orchestra, anything. The voice, it's a voice. If you have the skill to do it with your mind, your body, then you can do it. So I listened to Five Finger Death Punch, and then I love the song, so I downloaded it on my phone. And then I listened to a few more Five Finger Death Punch songs, and I loved it. And then that's when the whole metal world started to open up a little bit more, and I found myself getting into bands like Escape the Fate, Asking Alexandria, Icy Stars, the whole metalcore bands, Bonafide Cyrus, Deathcore, Bonafide Cyrus. I got into After the Burial. I got into Slipknot. I got into Korn. I got into Avenged Sevenfold. I got into Moonspell, Darren Gray, Despairs Ray. Suicide Silence, The Black Dahlia Murder, Arch Enemy, Motionless in White. I got into a lot of those bands. Cradle of Filth, Dimmu Borgir. Those were some of the bands that started me off. And then I just found myself getting more into metal. And I've been a metalhead since 2010. I'm so happy that I found metal. I was 14 when I found it. Now I'm 25. Metal is a huge part of my life. It's almost as if it's the main majority of my life. And now I'm into like bands like Archspire, Cattle Decapitation, stuff like that. It all started from Five Finger Death Punch. Yeah, that's my metalhead journey. There's a lot more to it, but maybe I'll save that for another ASMR video for you guys. I would recommend checking out the band Destinity. Check out Destinity Band. Write this, Destinity Band, My Senseless Theory, in the YouTube search bar. They are underground, blackened, thrash metal band from France. They are a major part of me becoming a metalhead. They're one of the main reasons why I got into the heavier stuff in the beginning. So, this is just part of how I became a metalhead. and I'm proud to be a metalhead. This is basically a major part of who I am. It is part of my life. I'm really into metal. I fall asleep to metal. I wake up to metal, etc. Metal just gives me that comfort when I have anxiety, when I'm scared. I just turn on a metal song. When people are yelling at me or I feel sad, I just turn on a metal song and it goes away. The pain and sadness, the anxiety, all of it goes away. Metal has saved my life as many times as I can remember, and I am a huge metalhead dedicated to the music, the fashion, the artwork, the skill, the talent, the musicianship, the bands themselves who put great music out. So, if you're a metalhead as well and you're listening to this, tell me how I did. Tell me if you like this video, and tell me your stories. I would love to know. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.